All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just testing right now. All right, I see one person. Gentlemen, we are just testing right now. All right, hello, everybody. I can see we had two people join, so thank you guys. We'll be starting in a bit. I am just getting some setup done here, so hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. Um, my name is Samuel Wayemi. Welcome to Red Conference. All right. Thank you guys for trooping in. Just getting the web page set up here for live live cast. So um, thank you guys for trooping in. Okay, we're getting a few more folks joining now. One of our speaker, Vien Smart, just joined us as well. Can you say something, Vien, so I can see? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just turning on a few more channels here, guys. Turning on a few more channels. All right. We've got where we have YouTube turned on. Let's see. Facebook is not syncing up. Thank you guys for trooping in. Hope you guys are doing okay. All right, we just turned on Instagram, so um, I cannot hear you, Vien. Let me see. Let me add you to stream. Let's see if I can hear you now. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Sweet. All
Perfect.
right. Sweet, sweet. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the stream. I'll take you off the stream while I set up real quick. Okay. Believe we've got all the channels turned on. Um, Facebook is not cooperating. Let's see. Let's try that again. All right. One thing about technology is you test them and you will know when they'll fail you. So, oh, I'm sorry, guys. This was well tested. Huh. Okay. Let's go to, let's go here. All right. Let's see. We'll go ahead and re-add Facebook again and connect. We're reactivating Facebook now. So we can have our folks on Facebook joining as well. All right, we've got Facebook back now. All right. Oh, okay. Facebook is failing, so we will leave that alone and we'll proceed with the YouTube that we have. And by the way, this is recorded, so we can always go back to it, folks. You can always go back to it. So if you have any question, feel free to drop them in the comments. Also, give us tips on how we can improve. So I'll leave Facebook alone now and just proceed with the channels that we have. It's loading up now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up. Vivian, I can see you. If you can hear me, thumbs up. Nice, sweet, sweet. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my name is Samuel William. Welcome to Red Conference 2021. I am personally excited about this. We've changed a little bit from how things were set up last year. This year we trying to make it a day, make it shorter, so everyone gets the information and also everyone get enough time to take action. So, what is Red Conference? Okay, we have a few people dropped off. I will check and make sure everything is going well. Um, oh, nice. So I just got a message to drop the link somewhere. So my apologies. We'll get started here in a second. All right, welcome back, VN. Yeah, we don't have Facebook, we don't have Instagram, but that's okay. These are all recorded, so we can always go back to them whenever we get it, whenever we come back, whenever you guys get a chance to. So I see a few more people joining now. Thank you guys so much. You can drop your chat. We don't have Facebook, we don't have Instagram and LinkedIn as well. So that's one thing that technology does. But we have to pivot and we have to keep moving forward. And that's exactly okay. Somebody else joined. Okay. Somebody else is peering as well. Thank you guys so much. Again, yeah, technology, a little bit of technology change this morning, but we have to keep moving on. And that's one of the things we want to talk about today. Resilience. How do you bounce forward? How do you move on regardless of what's going on? So for the folks that were expecting these on Instagram and LinkedIn, I am so sorry. Our team is apologizing through me right now about technology issues, but we have to keep moving on. So, a bit about Red Conference. It was started last year, and we want to keep it going. It should be a quick, informative sections where we bring thoughts leaders to educate, empower, and encourage people. These leaders are mostly Nigerians, but anyone can benefit from what they say because they are thought leaders, they are amazing people, they are trailblazers in their space. So, without wasting too much of our time, we were supposed to have three speakers today, three amazing women speak to us today. But unfortunately, I dropped the ball on the last person. So I want to publicly apologize to my friend, my sister, Tolu Yoda. She was going to be speaking from the American point of view on mental health. But I reached out, we had a conversation, and I never followed up. So if you're watching Tolu Yoda, my apologies. My apologies. So I'll look forward to getting the team together and having you come back in a different capacity in the future. So I'll let the fourth speaker introduce herself. Her name is Linda. Unfortunately, due to slight illness, and you guys will see in the video, she couldn't make it. She sent a video this morning, and guys, this video is power packed. It's gonna be on our YouTube. I can't play the entire video because of your time. So without wasting too much of time, I'll probably play until about 35 minutes. And guys, if you have any question, drop them in the YouTube chats or somehow. So again, I apologize for the folks that were expecting this on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, but we need to keep moving on. So, all right, hang on tight. Let me play the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Tom's VN, if you can see the video and if you can hear the audio.
Hi, good morning, good
Okay,
afternoon, and
all
good
right.
evening.
Can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear the audio. I can hear the audio, but I can't see the video.
You can't see the video. Okay. All right. I'll play the
Yes.
video again and see if everything works. All right.
Depending from where you're watching. Um,
All right, folks. For some reason, the audio is not. You guys can hear the audio. I am so sorry. We'll get through this in a second. All right, I'm gonna play it again, and Vien, let me know if you can hear me. Wow, sorry about that, guys.
Potential investors, you would have to be talking to your support community. I want to call it that. You want to be talking to mentors. The place of a mentor in your life cannot be, you know, overemphasized. You need mentors. You need, for people who believe in coaches, you might need to have a life coach or a career coach. You might need to have friends who really buy into and genuinely, support what it is that you're looking to do. They align and they can tell you, "Oh, you're going, I do not think it's okay to argue, it's okay to not agree." I was speaking to an investor yesterday, and we didn't agree on a number of things, but the thing is, the respect is mutual. She understands that, or they understand that I'm pretty resolute on what my market niche could be. I'm pretty, passionate about what it is I do. That showed through. And they also had the ideas of what it is that we should be doing. And it's okay not to agree, right? It's also okay to be fluid, to say, "Oh, I see your point." Like I said, I was speaking to a very respected investor in the blockchain space, and the conversation was around funding. just killing idea for Takanami Africa, and you will not believe the mind blowing ideas that came out of this session.
Mm.
It turned out to be a strategy session. It was very unintended, but it was packed with a lot of gems and pearls. She was unpacking, saying this, saying that, areas where we really, sit down to really think about. She was talking futuristic stuff, and I would say, watch the space for Techonomy. I mean, 2022. If you think that we are doing great stuff now, watch us launch into the metaverse, and that will happen very soon. Cut out of the bag. Um, watch the space is what I would say. I would also want to say, never underestimate the power of family. It is key. I know how you see things on the internet like I mean we see crazy stuff, right? But I would say the power of family um again cannot be overemphasized. I mentioned mentorship, the power of networking, and then maybe support. I mean that kind of aligns and support your goals and your
Mm.
visions and I mean what you it is that you've set out to achieve. Remember the saying that to go fast, you might want to go alone, but to go far, you need people. You need to cultivate a support community for yourself. The pressure
Can you guys still hear the audio? Thumbs up, V. Okay, good. Agbeli Olamide Emmanuel, can you please make sure you're on the live page? Sorry, the video itself will be uploaded on YouTube. My apologies for the breaking, the inconsistency with the audio. So, audio is good, video is good, right? Thumbs up, V. Both good. Okay, good. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We'll get into a live mode now, and we won't have all this issue. My apologies.
is very real on the streets called startup and entrepreneurship, and I just thought to put that there. Now, this was just to put context, I mean, into all the nuggets that I'll be sharing, for every budding entrepreneur out there to kind of build business resilience, to scale whatever it is that you have been called, conditioned, and purposed to do. Most of us, have a good idea of the definition of growth, but resilience is a relatively new addition to our business vocabulary. So here's a good definition to start with. In simple words, so resilience is the ability to protect and grow the value in the face of a rapidly changing external conditions, or you could say business resilience is the ability, an organization has to quickly adapt to disruptions while maintaining continuous business operations and safeguarding people, assets, and overall, your brand equity. To build and maintain resilience or resiliency rather in your business, you must minimize the downside while maintaining the ability to act on opportunities that may present themselves to your business. Business resilience involves financial, operational, strategic, and very psychological elements. Um, Resilience in itself is made up of five pillars. I would dare say. Self awareness is one of them. Mindfulness is another one that is not, I mean, emphasized enough. Self care. I mean, you need to always want to protect your mental health. There must be that place of rest. Um, you want to have positive relationships around. You want to have supportive relationships, and not relationships that kind of drain you. And you want to have I mean purpose. I believe that every one of us is purposed and conditioned and called to do something, right? Procrastination remains the enemy. After procrastination, you find that ego is another enemy, but as we journey through that, or as we begin to start our journey in entrepreneurship, it's good to build and maintain resilience both as an individual and in your business. And in your business, you want to focus on seven pillars really, and I would say that they are critical success factor factors rather to building resilience, and also scaling your business um, 2, 3, 4x depending on what you're leveraging. The first of that would be you want to be intentional and you want to be very insistent on your culture pillars. Now, I'm going to go through the seven of them and then start to elaborate one after the other. So, like I said, and if you're writing, I think the video is going to be available, for download. So you might want to either take notes or listen again. You want to be intentional, like I said, and insistent on your culture pillars. The culture pillars would be, those values that you believe in and those values that your staff would need to align with, right? I'm sorry, I mean, we all know that there's a crazy ball going around and I've been, battling these things, but it's not going to deter me from, pouring and sharing today. Another would be you want to focus on your business roadmap. It is very key that you have a clear, roadmap um, as you go along. The third would be that you want to be clear on your niche. And in saying this, a lot of people kind of, are misguided, misinformed to say, oh, being clear in your market niche means that I have to be strict. This is my model. This is it. I am not going to, I'm not bending because we've built our entire commercials on this kind of your business model as it were. But I would dare say that fluidity is key. You want to be fluid because trends would emerge. And speaking about trends, we have seen, Web 1, we also saw Web 2, and then we are emerging and entering into Web 3. So you see how fluidity, trends, and, being on top of trends would, and being able to, reshape, being able to be fluid, being able to, um, course correct, if I have to put it that way, your niche and your model, I think it sets you apart and is one that you might want to explore. The fourth one would be that tension is part of the process. Um, there's a lot of talk around entrepreneurship. A certain class of people um, would make it seem glamorous, which is why I always tell people, see, I am not a motivational speaker, neither am I an inspirational speaker. I am just somebody who has tried her hands on so many of these businesses, and I can tell you from a point of knowing, speaking from a position of authority, and just telling you that attention is part of the process, and you need to embrace it. You must be willing to do things that are very uncomfortable. Um, just embrace the tension part of it. It's part of the process. The fifth would be that everything is an emergency.
Mm.
And I would, resonate or relate that with the power of now. It's a book by Eckhart Tolle, and it's a book I would recommend everybody and anybody to, read if you're looking at first, soul searching and then finding purpose and then applying passion. All of this. That book really helps. Number six would be you need to invest and train your employees. So I've had conversations with founders who would typically say, "Oh, you want me to train her and train him," and after they go off to working for a competition. See, these things would happen. Non-disclosures, non-circumvent, none, all of those things. See, see, see. These things would happen. But you see that you stand a greater risk if you do not train and invest in your employees, right? You want your employees to be able to evolve as you evolve or as the market evolves. You want them to be able to be on top of trends. You want them to apply some critical, real thinking into your business processing and just optimizing your operations. You want them to be able to be fluid as well. You want them to grow your business. Why? I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. And like I said, we're going to delve into all of these 7 points as we go along. The last on the list would be that collaboration is king. This goes without saying. Collaboration is the order of the day. It is king. And all of this can be cultivated, by modeling and applying the power of might. How might we approach this difficult problem? And I say the power of might, applying it to all the 7 points. How might we approach this difficult problem? What might we do to gain access to key companies that, I mean, key these companies, key decision makers, and this would be when you have identified who your impact partners are, who might we have to bring onto the team to close down to, or to scale vertical, the power of might is I mean it's an open might in itself is an open-ended word. It invites imaginative thinking, and as you identify new solutions to old problems, you want to continue to accelerate and amplify the power of might. With practice, this exercise will train your staff, especially now where we have millennials and Gen Zs, in the work. Gen Zs typically, just um, entering into the workforce, you would need to always reiterate the power of mind. Now, to give insights into these seven tips or nuggets, depending on what you want to call them, that I have applied to so many businesses that I have run for people, I have run by myself. I would say that, recall that I said the first would be you need to define your culture pillars, and you need to define and be intentional about your culture pillars. This you want to start by revisiting the pillars of your culture, your mission, the values, and the vision. You want to make sure you have the buy-in across the entire organization. There has to be a clear two-way communication between you and your employees, and an agreed upon accountability style. This can be in diverse styles. You can adopt the 360 style where I praise you, you appraise me. You can appraise, you can it could be any way. It could be any way. I really would not. I know this is a timed session, so I wouldn't want to bore us into the accountability part of things, but I think it's something that every organization would want to embrace. You want to create a deep connection within and with all and for all your employees by identifying specific ways that they can contribute to your company's mission, values, and vision. Very important, very key. The second point I mentioned was to have a roadmap, a clear roadmap to your goals. A good resilience plan starts with a roadmap for the overall vision of the company. When you have a clear understanding of what your goals are, you can develop strategies and policies to mitigate risk. Very key. When faced with an unexpected event that disrupts your business workflow, you need a resilience plan that it involves four key components. One of such would be adaptation, another would be what the securities are. Continuity is another one. COVID taught and dealt with all of us, and then a recovery structure. Yeah, so like I said, this is a time session. Maybe if I am invited again, or if we have an opportunity to share and co-learn, we'll be talking about the four key components of defining your goals. And just defining a clear roadmap to your goals. The third would be that you want to be clear in your market niche and you want to be fluid. A good market research and analysis are the key inputs for creating, very futuristic strategies. Moreover, fast implementation done by, high-profile management is the basics for the quick digital environment you're operating in. But I would say, a lot of us are bootstrapping. So, these are things, and these can be initiated, with your team, by your team, and implemented by your team, right? Which you see how this whole seven keys, or nuggets kind of they kind of complement each other. Recall that I said you need to invest and train your employees. So yeah, as much as you want to leverage, I hear people say, things like you cannot do it yourself, but you want to do it well. Outsource, do this, do that. See, there are a lot of information out there, friend out there, and then when you come to the crux of the matter and you come to reality, you find that a lot of these founders, a lot of these small businesses that have just started scaled from idea to implementation, are bootstrapping. So maybe a lot of outsourcing might not happen. So yeah, you want to, I would recommend that you outsource if you can, because I mean, the implementation is faster because you have a high profile management, key staff, all of those good stuff, putting together plans that you could implement and start to more like an operating model. But I mean, while or before that happens, you want to lean, you want to leverage on the staff you have. While we live and work today, we should think about tomorrow, which is just around the corner. Think about 2022 again, which is just around the corner for us to react and respond to the challenges as globalization, catches on. You want to make sure that you are very clear on your market niche, and you want to be very, 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 very extremely fluid. The fourth would be that I said embrace tension. It's part of the process. It is really part of the process. There is no way around it. And I would say this before I delve into the heart of the matter. I am an introvert. Yes, I want that to sink. I am an introvert. But a lot of people do not know this. I have heard ambivert, introvert, extrovert, all of that. And I've tried to do my research around what it is they are. And I also hear, oh, there's this type, personality type, that, but don't get me wrong, I believe in these things. But I mean, I also believe in the power of convincing myself. I know myself, eh? To yourself be true. I am an introvert. And I am not somebody who would just, for instance, when someone, approached me with this matter, and I was like, guy, don't whine me, honestly. Have you ever seen me speak anywhere? Um, but yeah, this is me, and um, I've been, putting out stuff out there, pretty much putting myself out there. You would need to do that, and that in itself for me is tension enough. I don't know what your definition of tension is, but that in itself for me is tension enough. I worked, or I have been privileged, to work with fantastic people, and one of such persons would be Onyeka Kuma. Onyeka Kuma is a serial entrepreneur. You know him now, Farm Crowdy, Trips, name it. What has he done? And he's scaling these businesses, and he puts me on the biggest stage I have ever been. There was nothing. So I'm trying to share these experiences. So you see that we are all doing these things out of tension. I don't even think that nobody really has. Well, they say there are people who are born speakers and all of that. I'm not a speaker. I'm not a motivational speaker. I am not an inspirational speaker. I just share because I have learned a lot from great minds. And they put me on the biggest stage, and I was like, again, she this guy wine me. You mean you're going to have me stand in a stage where I cannot, I can't see the audience. But guess what? He kept encouraging and encouraging. I was tensed all through. I was tensed all through. I was tensed. But the job of a leader would be that you would need to reaffirm. You would need to reassure, right? You would need to let your um, staff, colleagues know that I'm also under tension. Tension is part of the process. You need to embrace tension instead of avoiding it. Like I said, it's part of the process. Most businesses live with tensions that are focused on achieving business growth, employee happiness, customer satisfaction, and meeting the numbers. The commercials have to make sense. If you pull one on one, if you pull one, uh, if you pull on one side, two sides would suffer. So to resolve this, engage in a constructive dialogue aimed at finding a resolution to specific challenges. This builds resilience and trust. If there's one thing this pandemic has taught us, it is that being prepared for the unexpected is vital to an organization's success. We can't always see what is coming around the corner. Trust me, nobody saw COVID. I so sometime in March last year, I think was it March? I think sometime in March last year, before the lockdown, I was speaking to my colleague, and we're like, this COVID thing. Are you hearing what's happening in China? Are you hearing what's happening in the city where the whole COVID thing broke out from. And then we heard of lockdown, South Africa, and all of that. And I really didn't see Nigeria locking down. But see, we didn't see it. I was at home and I just got the email. There was a lockdown. I heard it. And being business leader for the food division at that time, I was wondering, salaries will come. Does it mean I would not earn my salaries? But to earn salaries, it now means that you need to think outside of the box. A disruption has to happen. Tension. We're having meetings back to back to back, three meetings almost on a daily basis. Why? This person has an idea. Ah, it's a friction point. We are talking about it. We're coming back to, oh, it's not going to happen. These people are doing it. Or these people are doing it. Let's kill it. So tension is part of the process. Like, you really cannot see what is coming. I mean, you don't know what's around the corner. But what you can do is cultivate a resilience mindset within your organization and ensure that your teams both have a plan and a prerogative that allows them to respond dynamically and just bounce back faster and come together stronger. I keep using farm crowd as an instance. After COVID, we came back and then we just launched with five different businesses, and you can imagine the kind of thinking, real critical thinking that went into that kind of pivoting into different areas. Now, number five would be treat everything as an emergency. I keep saying it, especially for small businesses, for founders who are just starting out. Complacency cannot be it, right? Everything is an emergency, and then always apply it now. For me, if you work with me, for me, whether outsourcing, whether you are a staff, whether you are my mentor, whether mentee, you would see that. I mean, I treat everything as an emergency. I want it. Hey, Colade, when can I get it? Am I getting it now? My graphics, when am I getting? Am I getting it now? So you have to approach it. You know, with this, you have to approach it similarly how you would look at your office or your home, and the risk of a fire, breaking out. Make a list of all your operations and key assets. Identify which are mission critical. What would happen if there is a problem, or there is an attack, or there is a regulatory clampdown? I dare say that. And carry out, a holistic risk assessment. The risk assessment will include the likelihood of the event happening plus possible risk mitigation options. Um, the power of now, and why I would always say, you would need to kind of 1 minute, please excuse me. It's dealing with me, trust me, it's dealing with me. Um, yeah, I was saying why I would always apply the power of now, and what did I learn really from the power of now? One of the greatest lessons that stuck with me from that book is the course, the main idea. Whatever it is that is happening right now is everything. You know, the power of now is a spiritual self-help guide to help us our true being, release our pain, and find deeper inner peace. When we are intensely present in the now, we respond from deep consciousness and flow with ease and joy in our life. But there are business nuggets that you would also find in that book that you can apply. Being an entrepreneur does not mean you should be sad. Troubleshooting and trying to fix market addictions does not mean that you should be sad. You know, I was looking at a friend's Instagram story, and she was like, "I don't understand why women are not showing up for what's it called? Women are not showing up for C-suite jobs. Women are not. They are not enough female representation when you look at the ratio of business leaders, founders, and the likes. And you would find that one excuse is, oh, family, oh, and this and don't get me wrong, these excuses are very valid. These excuses are, they are valid. It's not easy being a lady or a woman. You're trying to find a balance. You're trying to grow your career. You're trying to be visible. You're trying to be heard. You are trying also to grow the home front. You're trying to be the best partner. You're trying to husband or your spouse or whatever kind of relationship you find yourself, you are trying to also be the best mom out there. It's a lot, but it is doable and it is possible. Why I'm emphasizing on this is that the fact that you are doing stuff, the fact that you have a startup, the fact that you're fixing market fixtures, the fact that you are a founder, the fact that you're an entrepreneur, the fact that you're trying to shatter glass ceilings does not mean that you should, not find joy in your life, or joy should not be present in your life. Um, Having said all of that, I would say that the number six tip here would be invest and train your employee. It is a no-brainer because you stand to lose the most. And I'll say this saying this: crisis does not adhere to a template. That's the truth. COVID came, there was no template. Right? When developing a resilience plan, you want to ensure that you focus on employee training and gaining their trust. Without trust, nobody's really going to do anything for you. In the words of Gary would say, you are the CEO of your company. What do you expect? You want your employee to put in as much time as you're putting in. Hell no, that's not going to happen. And that's the truth. You want to gain their trust. You want them to know that you are vested in their lives, not being overly prying, not being a nosy, Felicia, but be present. To you want them to train them on the dynamics and the trouble areas that you are fixing, right? You can have all plans in place, but they'll come to nothing unless your employees know when and how to put them into action. Plans must leave room for flexibility, and
Mm.
that is the truth. Empowering employees to be creative, to be the best serves the interest of your company, you know, customers, and then your partners. It's a no-brainer, and I'll just leave it at that. So that, because I've been an employee myself, I've worked. Well, it's a story for another day. The last, and hopefully not the least, because I hope to continue to share with you, would be that collaboration is key. Collaboration, or the power of collaboration, was amplified again during COVID. So you can see that COVID was, um I don't know what I say. I don't know. So I will not say that. But I mean, COVID taught us a lot of things, right? A lot of people collaborated during COVID because you could not scale your idea by yourself. You needed to leverage another person's network. You needed to leverage another business platform, to kind of scale. And business collaboration just has the potential to fulfill the growth gaps in your venture, whether it is getting complementary competencies, whether it is backward, forward linkages, or expanding into, say, maybe new markets. Working together is the secret sauce for successful businesses to scale, to thrive, and to also reach economic growth, economic scale rather. Collaborative policy or policing is key in effectively protecting and serving the community. When emotional intelligence and teamwork are interwoven um, into the leadership framework, right, collaboration becomes both powerful and effective. It's important to take measured risks in businesses. These, I say this, I mean, I've had founders who have just sadly closed shop because they try to do everything by themselves rather than leverage partnerships, rather than leverage, collaborative, partnerships that could really help them mitigate their own, drive down their own risk significantly, and then, just scale. And scale, when I say scale, I mean scale out of Africa. But you see, they try to do it themselves, and sadly, um, you know, these businesses are no longer functioning the way they should. Um, Collaboration allows the space for growth, and I would always say that collaborative working can open up new ways of thinking.
All right, folks. Uh, the video is a little bit full of it's too a lot of nuggets in there. It's a little bit too much. We want to be respectful of your time. I took a lot of notes. I don't know about you guys. So we will have the video on YouTube, the full video itself on YouTube. So this is amazing. A couple of things that she mentioned. She mentioned collaboration. She mentioned flexibility, and she mentioned family. Entrepreneurship does not have to be a sad journey. You need to have people that you talk to. You need to have people that you collaborate with. I'll be honest with you guys. I struggled with collaboration for years. So until I started getting out there, she mentioned that you have to get out there. So I'm thankful for that. I will have the full video published on YouTube. And she mentioned family, like I said earlier. Speaker is a friend and a family. She is an outstanding person. You guys go online and look at her bio, go to our website, and I'll let her introduce herself more. Again, I want to be respectful of you guys' time. So, without wasting too much time, I would let Miss Vian introduce herself and give us the nugget about mental health. You guys know this. Mental health is not a big thing that we talk about in Nigeria up until like few years ago, and it's always
Hmm.
good as a business owner, as
Can
an
you hear me?
individual. Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, loud and clear. As a business owner, as an individual, you have to think about what goes in and out of your mind. So I'm not an expert in this. That's why we have people come talk to us. So I'll let her introduce herself, tell us about mental resilience. Thank you so much, Vien. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Samuel Williamy, aka SO the Encourager. Can you hear me loud and clear? I want to be sure you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you can see, I have my mic because this is what I love to do. This is me, VN007, also known as Bamidele Vivian Osagie. So I have like at least 11 years experience in the broadcast industry. And it's amazing that I can be on such a platform today. So thank you so much for bringing me on this today, December the 18th, 2021. So I'm quoting the date so that for who and who is listening or watching, they can, kind of like remember this day, because I do hope that whatever I share with everybody on here, you guys will be inspired and blessed by it. So having said that, major shout out going out to Linda Obi. Linda, you're awesome. Thank you for the nuggets. I think I got a thing or two from everything you shared on how to bounce back as a business leader. So aside the business angle, for you to be able to even do business, you need to be in the right frame of mind. Now, before I start to talk, I'm a media maven, and being a media maven, I've been in media for like 11 years, like I said, both radio, TV, online. And I do a little bit of press, like blogging, where I get to like, write a whole lot about my life, my journal, just the way Samuel said, you can check out my website so you can know more about me. So people know me as VN007, but the real brand name is VN Smart. And it's basically an entertainment outfit. And we also train young persons who want to be a broadcaster just like myself. So over the years being on radio is serious business when it comes to making people happy, entertainment, you know how we go, especially here in this part of the world in Nigeria I am. And it's funny how a lot of people in the business of making people happy are truly sad. I can say that because, for one, I've had the experience in the past where I kind of like, needed so much to bounce back, but there was no real support system or no knowledge about how to, get back on my feet when I stumble through things in life. And I'm just excited that I can talk about mental resilience today and probably help somebody who is watching this to bounce back, right back. Okay, so I'll get into it real quick because I only have 10 minutes, so I don't take too much of your time. The very first thing that I would love for you to do is if you go on YouTube or you go on Google or you're a researcher, or even if you're not a researcher, you just, type resilience, what the meaning truly is. It says the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or toughness. COVID-19 hit us like a wave that a lot of people could not recover from. But at the same time, the same COVID-19 made a lot of people a solid household name, made a lot of money for a lot of people, made businesses stand tall, introduced the new world that we're in right now, whereby we can talk to each other virtually and not be in the same space, but still have awesome conferences like this one that we're having, the Red Conference 2021. And, so I just want to say the first thing is a lot of people feel like, oh, if there is a setback, I need to sit down and don't get back up. Well, you're wrong. I'll tell you wrong because even if the Bible can talk about resilience, what more? I mean, a book that contains everything in life. No disrespect to other religions, even the Quran has nuggets and what have you. But every form of religion even tries to tell you to bounce back whenever you fall down. There are so many Bible verses I could quote for you, but then just, to respect everybody's, religion, we're just going to leave that to the side. But hopefully on my social media, when I get to post about this after the conference, I will share those verses with you. But basically what I'm saying is, in as much as the things around you can get you down, can make you blue, make you sad, we need to toughen up and create that backbone whereby you just, know that I need to get back up. You can fall as many times as you want, but the number of times that you get back up is more than you can ever count when you fall down. Also, I will tell you something off the top of my head. For each time that I ever, struggled mentally, I kind of like bounced back better because I knew there was something for me to get back to. I knew if there's any time there's a setback, there is something bigger or something greater that is coming, okay? So we didn't lose track of time. I'm just going to quote some things for you real quick. So tough times, yeah? Put this at the back of your mind. Tough times never last. Tough people do. Tough times never last. Tough people do. And that is basically what resilience is all about, okay? You need to figure out many ways to come back to who you are whenever you feel like you're falling off the track. Now, there are different things you can do to get yourself back on track. I've got like 10 things that I would really love to share with you. But before I share those 10 things, when Linda Obi shared some nuggets on how to bounce back as a business leader or, a business person, an entrepreneur and all, she did make a valid point that you need to have a plan. Sometimes when we find ourselves down, we need a plan. It might take you not just saying it into the universe and the universe answering you, but sometimes legit writing it. You can start if you feel like, okay, I'm not one to, commit to things or be committed to whatever task is ahead of me. You can start by making a 1-week plan. Maybe lay your bed, drink coffee, wash your hair for the ladies, for the guys, probably stretch out a little bit. But if 1 week you succeed, how about you step it up a bit? Try 1 month. From 1 month, go to 3 years plan. From 3 years, go to 5 years plan. 5 years to 10 years plan. Now, a lot of people who are very strong can bounce back real quick, so they can afford to do a 10-year plan and stick to it. But if you're somebody that you've never had a plan or a roadmap or anything, don't worry. Don't feel bad. Don't feel blue. The best time, they say, to plant a seed is yesterday. And your yesterday could be now, so you can still bounce back and get back on track. Now, there are a series of things that I did during the time while I was, on radio that I had my own setback. Well, I choose to call it my own test, not setbacks, because whatever you say is what you become. So I like to say, I had tests, and then I had to sail through it. So back then when I had my own tests, there were so many things that I had to do. First things first, I had to make sure I had a fantastic support system around me. Sometimes you may not be able to bounce back alone. There are some people who may not be strong enough. And it's not that you're weak. It's just, the way of life or how things have been. And you kind of condition your mind to that position where you are. So even if you can't get up on your own, you can always have a support system around you. It could be a sister, a brother, a lover. It could be your mom, your dad. It could even be your gate man, to be honest, or your taxi driver. I mean, sometimes I just don't want with taxi drivers, and it's amazing how sometimes people can share the same stories with you, or basically just have some sort of support system, people who listen to you, people who drive you, people who make you want to be better than what you perceive they are, because it does work, okay? All right. So another thing that I did through the period when I was, finding my feet and going through the whole resilience and trying to bounce back and put myself back to shape was listening to a lot of audiobooks and also watching videos on YouTube. Now you will be amazed. Even a 6-year-old can use YouTube, use Google, use all sorts of internet accessibility. Get on Instagram, on Twitter, on different platforms. So how about you? I mean, technology is at the tip of our fingers. So how about you use it to empower yourself? Some of the things I did was Google up stuff. In fact, if you try it, I promise you, I hope my time is not up. I promise you, I'm going as fast as I can so I can catch the 10 minutes mark. So, SO the encourager, if I'm getting close to the end, please just let me know. How many more minutes do I have?
You still have about 18 minutes actually. And when it's time for you to stop,
18
like,
minutes.
you're looking good.
Oh, wow. So I
Enough.
can
Like
stop
you got
running.
about, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you got
All
more
right,
than
no
that
problem.
actually. Keep going. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. I thought it was just 10 minutes, so I had to quickly find a way to just munch it all in. And so that I don't bore people, because in media, we always tell people less is more. So I try to say less so it sticks, because sometimes you might say more and then, everybody forgets everything you said. So I will just continue from where I stopped. So I made mention of going on YouTube. uh, Linda, I'll keep quoting Linda, she had so many things to say, and she kept stressing that, oh, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a motivational speaker. Listen, our lives alone. If you go through things and you're able to share it one way or the other, you're motivating someone. So, Linda, you like it or not, you've motivated me today. And I'm not a motivational speaker as well, but I'm just sharing life experiences with you and, basic things that you need to just bounce back if you're one on here that doesn't really have that tenacity in becoming a resilient person. This definitely would help you. So while I spent time online on YouTube, now quote, YouTube. But before I go to YouTube, there's Google. So you type, and I need you to do this. Also write this down. I hope we have our pen and paper, because that is very crucial, especially when people are sharing things with you. You might forget, so it's good you write things down. So I always type, like, if I need anything, like, oh, I feel down and blue, remedies to get back up, I search. Like, my job has everything to do with research as well. So it's a natural thing for me. But if it's something you don't do, you need to just learn it, okay? They always tell people the way you say police is your friend, Google is your friend. Everything you need is right on there on Google. So I typed so many things like what to do to create a 10-year plan, uh, how to make oha soup. It's a traditional soup in Nigeria, from the Igbo part, the east. How to do this, how to do that. I found myself typing and looking for the top 10 best motivational speakers. Now, the good thing is you will find more than 10, but if you notice, the best ones will pop up first. And it's amazing. I came across people like Les Brown, people like T.D. Jakes, like he's a preacher, but at the same time, he motivates. There are a lot of people, gospel preachers who, go into the motivational stuff. So you'll find their videos online. But then for the people who really just push you when it comes to business, being an entrepreneur, and you feel like you're blue, you're down, you can try, Les Brown. You can try, what's this man's name again? Tony Robbins as well. They have a lot. Now, even on resilience, I need you to find the video, Be Resilient by Les Brown. It's just 6 minutes of your time, guys. Just 6 minutes, okay? Be Resilient by Les Brown. Now, if that doesn't work, there's another video on resiliency by T.D. Jakes, Jim Rohn, and Les Brown. It's like a mashup. That one's like 10 minutes. These things, for a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, I don't have the time. But you'll be amazed how you come out at the other side. Even if you listen to just 1 minute of these type of videos that can help shape your life, You'll be amazed how you come out at the other side. Okay. All right. So a lot of people will definitely want to know. Oh, you keep saying you've had experience. If you've had experience, listen, in media. I'll just share my story real quick since now I have time. And I'm sure SO, the encourager, that's what I would love to call Samuel, would love for me to kind of like, be vulnerable a bit so everybody understands, okay, if she can talk about it, it's because she's about it. She's been there. Um, I had my moments. I had moments where I would be on radio. I am so happy. I'm talking to millions of people. Like, Google me, VN007. The airwaves were always lit. Like, I was the happiest person on radio, but sometimes for me, or almost all through, it was a facade. I wasn't totally happy. There were things I wanted to achieve in life. I wanted to get married. Wanted to, oh wow, that's me jumping too fast. But I wanted like, my own man, family. There's not like I'm taking someone else's, but I just wanted the family unit so bad. I wanted a kid. I wanted everything you do when you're an adult. You're successful. You have a good job. You're being paid millions or maybe thousands of naira. You just feel like, okay, there are other things missing. Sometimes you're looking for things missing and you have everything you need right there. But I didn't know this then. And if I did not fall down, I would not know. So I kind of like went into a zone, a phase where I couldn't tell, but I was almost slipping into depression. And eventually I slipped into it. But like I said, the support system I had at the time was what really brought me back, aside being resilient, okay? But I'm happy that I was able to take note of the things. Now I realized that I felt that way because I was looking at other people's life. I was looking at what I thought, oh, this is the standard thing for society and all. Listen, for you to bounce back, you need to be content. You need to be okay with what you have. That's the very first thing. Be okay, be happy. There are other things that I want to share, but I've found a way to list them out. And if you follow it in that order, you'll come out at the end, the other side, happy and a bit brighter. Okay, so first things first. Are we ready? I'm gonna go as fast as I can. So please try and see if you can help me just write it down, just in case I miss anyone. There are 10 ways that you can build resilience. Mentally, if you go through these things, it will help you. The physical part as well is in there. If you go through what I'm going to share with you right now, listen, I will not share this again. Just watch this video, watch it over and over again. I'm sure a lot of people have put some of these nuggets out there on the internet, but at the same time, it's what worked for me, and I'm hoping it's going to work for someone out there, okay? So, the very first thing, 10 ways to build resilience. The good news is, if you are naturally a resilient person, you can learn to develop a resilient mindset and attitude as well. So to do so, incorporate these things that I'm going to share with you into your daily life. And hopefully when I'm done with it, I would share some other things and they will be done for today. Okay, so don't run, don't turn it off. Stay there, I'm still with you. Okay, number one. There's this thing we used to say in Nigeria, so I cannot come and go and come and kill myself. It sounds like a joke. Even Pato Rankin sang it. He said, don't take things too serious. But putting those two words together, all it basically means is you need to learn to relax, okay? When you're in the situation, just where the pandemic came, people were stressing, there was panic buying. Look at it. They found, some cure to an extent, vaccines, this and that, but then we all panicked, we were all scared. Not us, we were like, going to work. I mean, I'm a journalist, a broadcaster, so I had to be out there making sure everybody's okay, sensitizing and keeping the people aware of every information coming in. But at the same time, there was a little panic, not even a little panic, a lot of panic. People were wearing gloves, socks, like covering their heads and all. Relax, okay? The very first thing you need to know and you need to learn, 10 ways to build resilience. Learn to relax. Okay? Don't take things too serious. Just learn to relax. And when I say relax, I mean your mind, your body, your soul, take control of it. Learn how to relax. There are exercises and things you can do. What's this thing? Is it yoga? There's this thing you do, and you just feng shui. Learn it. Learn to relax. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing says practice thought awareness. I said when we started, you are what you think. Being here today, I thought about it. You like it or not? I must have said somewhere, somehow, oh, all the experiences I had, I can't just have that experience for myself. I need to share with people. And here I am. I'm sharing. I've shared on radio, I shared on my blog posts, on WordPress, and now I'm sharing with you. So practice thought awareness. Think everything. Don't let negative thoughts cloud your mind. When you're down, that's the time you think all sorts, all negatives in this life. You'll be cooking, you're holding a knife, you're thinking. Practice thought awareness. Remember who you are. For some who say, oh, my past, I was great. Yeah, that's your past. If that's what will get you gingered to move into the next phase, do it. But practice thought awareness, okay? Resilient people don't let negative thoughts derail their efforts, okay? Instead, they consistently practice positive thinking. So, the encourager, definitely, along with my homie, he makes sure like every time it's like, yo, you be negative? I'm like, You need to always be positive, okay? Practice thought awareness. Also, edit your outlook. Change the way you think about negative situations. Like if, for instance, you're like, hey, I know now this car will hit me. The car will hit you. Change your outlook. Instead, say, oh, he will make it. That car will pass. He will not hit me. Change your outlook, okay? Edit it. If you're someone who's always saying the negative, like, it will spoil, say, it will be good. It will be well. It will be fine. You are what you say. Just the way you're what you eat, you're what you say, you're what you think. So edit your outlook. Also learn from your mistakes and failures. I'll tell you something. I've never seen a great man, Elon Musk, the guy who created Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and the likes. I have never seen a great man that never failed at something. You will fail. I'm sorry. That's why they say, may your road be rough. It's a prayer. It's not something bad. If you don't fail, you would not learn. If you don't get down, you'll not know what it feels like to be up. So, number 4, learn from your mistakes and failures. Each time you feel like I'm down, why am I down? Why did I get here? What happened? What did I do? Figure it out, learn from it, and don't dwell on it too long. Learn to figure it, think about it. For some people, it takes a long time. Like me, I could use a year initially trying to process things, but I'm learning still on it, how to just, go through things and just move on. I mean, it could be the loss of a job. It could be a relationship that ended. That can be traumatic, especially when you've put so much into it and suddenly your partner decides that, you know what, this is not working and you really want it to work. Whatever you do, instead, think about it. I'm not one that would say, oh, my boyfriend, oh, he was bad. No. Because I always believe everybody comes into our life for a reason. We learn, we grow, and that's it. So learn from your mistakes and your failure. Number 5 says choose your response. Remember, we will experience a bad day. You like it or not, we will have it. And it's not like I'm saying, oh, it must happen. There are people who have had good days all the days of their lives. E.g., Wizkid. No, even Wizkid has his bad day. I watched a video of him at a concert and a fan was legit pulling his legs on the stage. Like, that's traumatic if you ask me. I'm a celebrity. I just want to be on stage, entertain you, feel good. Yeah. And then someone is pulling you. That's bad. And then you have 6 bouncers trying to remove him. You're thinking, oh my gosh, he's taking my legs with him. But what did he do? It happened. Wizkid fell. He got up and he laughed and he said, bring that guy up on stage. Easy. That's how it should be, okay? Choose your response. He could have, shouted, done this, done that, and then the bad experience will be a bad experience. But he learned how to laugh at that situation, and it became an experience that right now is trending everywhere on social media. You can check it out. So choose your response. Remember, we all experience bad days and we all go through our share of crisis, but we have a choice in how we respond. It's up to you. I'm not going to do that for you. It's up to you. The situation happens. Learn how to be calm, figure it out, learn how to respond. Not every time be back, 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 back. Sometimes just, think about how you want to respond first before you react. Okay. Number 6 says maintain perspective. Yes, I love this. Resilient people understand that. Although a situation or crisis may seem overwhelming in the moment, it may not take that much of an impact over the long term. Try to avoid blowing events out of proportion. Okay? Just try it. I feel cold saying that part because sometimes I still find myself thinking like, oh no, it was this, it was that, no, this is what happened. But then when I remember everything, I'm calm and I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I'm just overthinking this, and then I move up from it. Okay, so maintain perspective. That's number 6. Number 7 says set yourself some goals. Yeah, we talked about it not too long ago. Remember, I said have your roadmap, just the way Linda will be shared with you as well. And I said have your 1-year plan, 3 years plan, 5 years, 10 years. Heck, my partner and I, we do 1-day plan. We could even do a 2-hour plan just to make sure like, okay, be on your toes, be on your toes. You got this, you got to do that, you got this. Okay, so I mean, I've never seen a general go to war without having his strategy. And the strategy for you is your plan. So have that plan. Sometimes it might take you seeing it, but have it, okay? All right. Number 8. This is very pivotal. You need to build your self-confidence. I'll tell you why. When you get knocked down, you can find yourself in a space where you just don't want to go out anymore. You don't want to play with the boys. You don't want to play with the girls. You don't want to talk to people. You feel shy. You don't want your voice to be heard. No. When you're a confident person, no matter what happens, you just find yourself easily bouncing back and ginger yourself. The term ginger means kind of like build up like, oh, King Kong, and get strong, okay? So build your self-confidence. Remember, resilient people are confident that they're going to succeed eventually, especially when the map does not look like it's adding up. That's the time more than ever you need to profess and say it and claim it and say, you know what? I'm going to be that millionaire next week. That's it. That's all it takes. Just be confident about it. Don't be shy. Okay? Resilient people are confident and they are going to succeed eventually. Despite the setbacks, the stress they might be facing, they just know that, okay? And they believe in themselves. And it also enables them to take risks. When you believe in yourself, when you're confident, there are some risks you take. I've seen a lot of people, or I'll say drivers, yeah, a lot of drivers, when they pick me around, like in the taxi app driving company, like they dress smart, they sound eloquent, the car is neat and all. Like, I dare not get into that car and behave unruly because that's not my nature, number one. Two, even the disposition of the person and the way they look and how they act and everything, you're like, okay, this person is confident. You can automatically just tell, like, okay, this person is here today saying, I'm not going to be looked down on. I'm a driver and I do it for a living and I'm proud of it. So if the driver can be that proud, what more you that has an idea, that is a business owner, that is a go-getter, that is a champion? Come on. Build your self-confidence, okay? No matter where you are, what you're doing, if you fall down on the road, get up and be like, hey, I fell, and walk. That's how it should be, okay? Number 9, moving on real fast, and I'm almost done. Develop strong relationships. A lot of times people say your network is your net worth. Sometimes your network, I don't have anything to run with it, but I would just say it's all you need. But the right relationships, okay? There's something I started in 2020 into 2021, and now taking it beyond. I found some ways to categorize my friends. I know, okay, this person is for good time. This person is, don't get me wrong, people say, oh, it's bad, you put me in a good time, but no. We are human beings, we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses. Likewise you, likewise myself. So you know what you want, you know who should be in that private space when it comes to resilience and building yourself back up. You know the kind of people to be surrounded by at that point in time. You might go pick the wrong person that probably, keeps talking about how I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy, and you probably don't even have money in your account. You don't know. Real things could creep into you, no matter how strong you are. Sometimes, so be intentional. That's the word. Be intentional with the relationship, the people around you, your support system, your strong connections. Develop strong relationships. Okay. You can develop it at work, but though I would discourage that because Bishop T.D. Jakes always says, yo, the workplace is the workplace. Don't be going around telling people your business at work. I agree. But then again, you know the people you can be around at work that reduces your stress level. That works. Just figure it out. You know the people that when they're around you, you're happier and you even want to, they make you happy, you want to be happy. Know what works for you, okay? It also goes for your personal life as well. You know the kind of relationships you've developed over the years and the people who can help you get to that point where you say, okay, I am a resilient person. Keep them closer, okay, to you. So that way, that strong support system, you don't fall back down. Instead, they're pushing you up like a springboard, okay? That's another nugget. Whenever you fall, picture it as a springboard, okay? You go down and you bounce up. Once it's a spring, you see it as a spring. Whenever you fall, you go up. Okay. All right, and that develop strong relationship because when you need help, there will be people there to help you. And remember, you don't just develop strong, good relationships. You build it. If you're compassionate, if you have empathy, you'll get it right back. Okay. All right. So number 10 and the final one. Oh, it's been awesome sharing 10 ways to build your resilience. The 10th and the final says, resilient people understand that things change. And how do you understand that things change? You need to learn how to be flexible, okay? Carefully make your plans. Occasionally, amend it if you have to. Scrap if you need to. Add if you need to. So the 10th point, be flexible. Be flexible. Understand changes. Be flexible. Okay? Change is the only constant thing in life. Sometimes when we fall down, we need to cut down on some things. We need to change our lifestyle if we must. You need to let go of things. You need to, I'm not saying reduce your standards, but I'm saying just learn to be flexible. I mean, the pandemic hit. A lot of people would do things live, real time. I had to head a conference for Chevron. And before the pandemic, we were meant to have it live. I was meant to be a moderator at a business summit for Chevron. But with the pandemic, I had to be flexible. They reached out to me and said, "Oh, Vian, would you still be able to moderate?" And I'm like, "Are you joking? Hello, wherever I am in the world, I will be there." And it was awesome. Like we had a great time. So if I was stuck up in the old ways and not learning to change and adapt to technology, I would lose that money and I will lose that network. So be flexible, okay? Sometimes not all change will be bad. It will be something that will help you, reshape you, and reform you, and also refine you, if I may say, okay? So for those who just joined now, if you missed it, the key points I'll just go through real quick. There are 10 things you can do to develop your resilience. Number 1, learn to relax. 2, practice thought awareness. 3, edit your outlook. Look at life from a different angle. 4, learn from your mistakes and failures. 5, choose your response. 6, maintain perspective. 7, set yourself some goals. That's your 10-year, 4-year, 5-year plan. 8, build your confidence. You need to be confident to do anything in life. Trust me. And 9, develop strong relationships. Number 10, be flexible. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before I draw the curtain, don't forget, find the video, Be Resilient by Les Brown. Also, this video will be posted online. You need to go back and watch it. Whenever you forget anything, you go back Okay? You will watch, pick your nuggets all over, continue the pace, okay? Tough times never last. Tough people do. And on that note, this is me, Vien, 007, Bamidele, Vivian Osagie. I'll be checking out of here in a bit, but thank you so much for letting me share with you today. I mean, I'm glad I'm not anywhere else but here live with you on Hi, the Red Conference 2021.
Yes.
Samuel is back.
Wow.
Okay. Do I still have time? Because I think
I
I'm
don't
done.
know. Wow. Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Real quick.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Wow. Thank you so much. That was that's amazing. Thank you so much. I was just taking note and all that stuff. Um real quick, let me see. I think I have a chat coming in. So,
Okay.
somebody says you are appreciated, ma. Um Olamide said that, and love walking
Thank
through in
you.
the fire icon. Quick, does anybody have any question for VN? Drop that in the chat if you have any question. Again, this is only on YouTube today. My apologies. The Facebook, the Instagram, and the Twitter, everything didn't link up as planned and as tested. So our technology changed things, but we have to be mindful of our response, like she
We're
said.
resilient.
And
That's it. It's not a
yeah, we
setback.
have to pivot. We have to pivot. Wow, there's just a lot of things that were dropped in there. I don't see any question yet. If anyone has any question, definitely go online. Um, I'll show VN's all social media. Just type in VN, you'll find VN. And the same thing as well. If you have any question for Linda was the first speaker for those that are just joining in. Amazing,
Okay.
amazing stuff
So they
that
can
was
they can
said.
find me at VN 007, the 007. It has to be there, definitely. I don't know if this is inverted. Can you see it?
Um, yes, but you need to put it. Okay, yes, that's good. And we are showing it on the on the bottom left as well.
Zero
So
zero seven.
the handle will be shown on the bottom left. Wow, this has been a treat. So I am thankful for the folks that joined from the beginning. VN dropped the handle also on YouTube. So guys, we'll have all of this linked up. I don't want to take any much of you guys' time. We are on schedule. Again, Linda's video will be on YouTube as well. So thank you so much, VN. I really, really, really appreciate your time. This has been a
Thanks for having.
treat. All the things that she mentioned will also be on YouTube as well. So, guys, I'm about to wrap up. But one thing that I want to say a few things. Kind of going back to what she said. Your response matters. Your outlook matters. The content that you consume matters. She mentioned Les Brown, TD Jakes, all these are amazing people. Some of them are religious people. Fantastic. Religion doesn't matter. Personally, I'm a Christian. I listen to all kind of people. Of course, their religious point of view does not influence my opinion. But when it comes to sharing things like mental health, resilience, all those things, the people you listen to, the content you listen to matter. Of course, don't idolize anybody. Um, if you guys look on the so it's on the yeah on the other side that I'm pointing at, I quickly want to give a shout out to TNT Solution, which is a software development team that I am part of, and they are backing us on this as well. They're backing us. So for those that are wondering how do we get to do this, we get to do this because people sponsor us. And TNT Solution is one of the sponsors as well. And the other folks that sponsor us is Technomany. Thank you so much, Linda, for being part of it with your brand. Of course, VN also, VN Smart sponsored us as well. So, guys, please and please, please and please, as we go into the new year, as we go into the new week as well, keep in mind that what goes in your mind matters. As Vien said, what comes out of you matters. So, regardless of what the new year plan is for you, Vien mentioned have a plan, have a well written plan, get a plan. Regardless of what your plan is, make sure you include at the bottom or at the top or somewhere to relax, to take care of yourself. Because what you matter. Okay, guys, I am personally thankful for your time. All of these will be on YouTube, like I mentioned. To the folks that will go back on YouTube and say, they didn't stream it on Instagram, Facebook, after you mentioned, we do apologize. Guys, I'll see you next time. Continue to be your best. Remember, the best you is what will get you the better you, is what will get you to the next level. Again, my name is Samuel Oyemi. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful evening. For those that are streaming from Central Time or those that will be streaming anytime, take good care of yourself. Love your people. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the year. Thank you.